Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Warthog, Soviet Global Command 10.3. Okay, here we go. The heavy aircraft cruiser in port there at Ethiopia begins capital ship repairs. Made that official. Okay. Advanced Logistics, SDI, Advanced ASF, and Top Gun. Yes on Top Gun and SDI, no on everything else. Top Gun goes to stage 3, and SDI is stage 1. Tied with the Americans at stage 1. Okay, next up. Global operations, diplomacy. 2 free dice, 1 paid die. The 2 free dice will be rolled on Syria. The single die will be rolled on South Yemen, since it's adjacent to American territory. Okay, military aid and purchase. Here we go. Spending 5 to send a next-gen MBT to Warsaw Pact. And that's it for military aid. For themselves, spending 8 battle stars on a minor army base upgrade. Then they're spending 10 on 4 early gen MBTs and a SPAG. 10 more on 2 early gen MBTs and 2 early gen fighters. 16 on 4 MBTs and 24 on 2 next-gen MBTs, 2 fighters, and a SPAG. Okay. Combat movement. There's going to be a little bit of combat here. I guess we will start right here. Okay. These 4 MBTs, 1, 2, to attack Zambia, which of course will be defended by an inherent paramilitary. These 4 light infantry, supported by 4 attack choppers, will attack Botswana. Oh, the 2 attack choppers from South Africa will go up here and join the attack on Zambia. So 4 light infantry, 4 attack choppers on Botswana. 2 next-gen MBTs, 1, 2 in here to attack Malawi. Soviets are going to try and gobble up some more wartime bonus income, in case you hadn't guessed. Okay, then over here, it's going to be an all-out attack on Eastern Saudi. Everything from Northern Saudi, everything from Makkah. There are 2 attack choppers in Baghdad that'll go with their air movement bonus. We'll go 1, 2 out over the Gulf, and then 3 into Eastern Saudi. So let's get them over here so we don't forget them. And then the strategic bomber and the backfire are going to take off and fly out over the Red Sea and shoot a pair of cruise missiles each, 1, 2, into Eastern Saudi. There's a SPAG there, but no SAM, so there won't be any missile defense. And the United States is going to scramble the fighter from UAE into this fight. So that's it there. We go up here further north. The forces here in Mosul are attacking Anatolia, joined by the forces in southern Caucasia, minus the paramilitary, of course. So those guys are attacking Anatolia. The Black Sea Fleet, minus the 2 submarines, moves down here into M10. The battle cruiser is shooting 2 P700s. The destroyers are shooting 2 anti-ship missiles, provided the 2 frigates are able to either sink the diesel boat or cause it to go on silent running. That'll be a port strike with those anti-ship missiles on the cruiser there in the minor shipyard. And then finally, up north here, these guys are no longer in port, remember. The cruiser and the destroyer are going to shoot 1 cruise missile each, 1, 2, into East Germany in a surgical strike where there isn't a SAM, so no missile defense. And that's it for combat movement. So since I am here, I'm going to start with the surgical strike in East Germany. And those both missed. So no joy there. So now we're going to go down here and do these little fights in southern Africa. Okay. We will do Zambia first. So we've got, there's no terrain there. So it's 4 MBTs and 2 attack choppers. 4 MBTs. Switch over here to the dice tray. 4 MBTs and 2 attack choppers. Well, luckily, there's a hit by one of the attack choppers. Otherwise, that would have been a huge swing and a miss. Okay, and here's the defending paramilitary. Yeah, he got in there for a hit. Okay, so hit, kill, 1 MBT. Let's put him over there. Slide him over there. Slap a roundel on there. And that is a land battle star for the Soviets. Okay, next we will do Botswana. So there's 4 light infantry. And we'll do this. 4 light infantry that are going to be boosted by close air support. So they're going to be rolling 4s instead of 3s. And then there are 4 attack choppers. So the infantry is going to be green, the attack choppers are yellow. Would you look at that? Every single one of them missed. Holy jeez. Okay, so here comes the defending paramilitary. And he gets a hit. Of course he does. All right. So one light infantry drops off. Okay, they're fine. There is a hit by a close air supported in. Wait, no, that would be threes, not fours. No, they all missed again. Here's the defender. He missed. Okay, they finally got some hits. Actually, they got a ton of hits. They only needed one, though. There's the defender, and he hits him for another one. So, that's a land battle star for the Soviets. This one costs them a little bit. They lost 2 light infantry. That should have been up there on Zambia. They lost 2 light infantry capturing Botswana. Okay, now those guys is there really going to be any advantage? There isn't really any need for them to combat land here. They can't land at Zimbabwe though, because that's only a cooperation treaty. All right, then they're going to land down here in South Africa instead. Instead of combat landing, they're going to land in South Africa. Okay, there's a roundel for Botswana. Now we got Malawi. So there's 2 next-gen MBTs, and there's the defending paramilitary. Okay, they got the hit, no losses. Soviet roundel in there. Okay, those were the easy ones. Well, we'll do the port strike next. So that's going to be 1 minor port. So, that's one shot per. Is that right? No, actually, no, it ain't. It's just a single SAM. He gets 3 shots. He's a single SAM and he gets up to 3 shots. There we go. Now I'm straight. Would you look at that? 2 missiles are shot down, so the Soviets are going to lose the 2 anti-ship missiles. And here come the P-700s. And there is a hit. And since it's a port strike, there's no phalanx defense. So, the NATO cruiser that was in there for repairs is sunk in port. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot they got to fight the diesel boat first. So here's 2 frigates shooting at the diesel boat. And look at that, they got a hit. So the diesel boat goes down. He takes a defensive shot and misses with a 5. Okay, now we're all square and above board. So the cruiser is sunk. And I think that's going to count as sinking a capital ship with an ASM strike. So that's 2 naval battle stars for the Soviets. Pull that stuff back so I don't forget. He's sunk. Oh, and the ASW chopper. Let's see, they don't have, well, the ASW chopper had to withdraw because he didn't have a target in the battle, so he's landed at his air base at Marmara. Those back up there where they go. Okay, we're done with that one. Now we're going to do the fight in Anatolia. So you got a field artillery and a SPAG. And there's no air involved in the fight, so the SPAG has to retire. So there's just a field artillery defending. So let's do, the field artillery gets first strike shot. And he misses. So now we're going to have that 2 or 3. That's 3. Next gen MBT and 3 MBT. And I believe Anatolia is mountains. I think all of Turkey is mountains. Yep, Anatolia is mountains. Well, them guys all missed. So you got 2 light infantry. They missed. Okay, well, that's the end of the fight anyway, because when you go to the second round, the field artillery has to retire. No defenders left, battle over. So those guys come off. It's going to be a land battle star for the Soviets. I may seriously run out of Soviet roundels. I have bought roundels and bought roundels and bought roundels. I've got 2 Soviet roundels left. I may run out. Them guys up there, the SAM goes with them. The SPAG also went with them. Okay, that's that one. Looks like the only thing we have left is the fight for Eastern Saudi. So I'll get that moved over here. Okay, here we are. First strike, we've got the 4 cruise missiles, and then a defending SPAG and a field artillery. It's desert terrain, so all the land units are -1. And here we go. As I said, there's no SAM, so there's no missile defense. There is one hit. One first strike hit. Okay, now there is a spag in first strike. He gets one hit, one air hit, and then field artillery first strike. He gets nothing. So, the defender is going to kill their spag from the cruise missile hit. And then the air hit, the Soviets will take on a fighter, but that was a AAA hit, so there's no battle star for that. Okay, that's the action there. Now we go regular. So we've got 3 fighters on air superiority. And they get 2 hits. Those are good for battle stars. So 2 air battle stars for the Soviets. 2 air hits. Okay, now we have a SAM and a spag. They're all rolling 1. And they get nothing. Okay. MBT. That's a miss. 3 next gen MBTs. That's 3 land target select hits. Okay, now there is 4, 6 attack choppers for 1 hit. And an attack bomber for a miss. Okay, the Americans have 2 fighters on air superiority. There's 2 hits. So that's going to be 2 air battle stars for Team USA. Okay, now they have a paramilitary. Miss. 2 MBTs. 1 hit and 1 land targets. Actually, that's a reactive armor hit. So 1 reactive armor hit and 1 general hit. And then 3 mechs for another hit. 2 general hits total. Okay, reactive armor, land target select, kills, and next gen MBT. That off there. 3 land target select hits they're going to put on the mechs. Take that. 2 air hits each. All the Americans have is their 2 fighters. So they both have to come off. Take that one off there. The Soviets are going to choose to lose 2 fighters. No, they're not. Well, they have to. The attack choppers have to be taken last. Yep. So 2 there, that comes off. And then 1 general hit the Americans take on the field artillery. And 2 general hits the Soviets take on the SAM and the spag. That comes off. And the Americans have 3 defenders left, so we're going again. Okay, so this time, attack bomber, fighter, attack bomber, fighter, and 6 attack choppers. Let's see if we can end this. There's a hit by the attack bomber and 2 hits by attack choppers. That's 3 hits. That's all that's required. So we've got a paramilitary and 2 MBTs. The paramilitary got 1 hit. So these guys are off here. 1 hit by the paramilitary. This time the Soviets are going to take an attack chopper. Just so they have a little extra ground power for occupation. So the American roundel comes off. This is my last one. I'm going to have to start using magnetized roundels. So there, that goes on there. There's a land battle star for the Soviets. Get these guys back over here. To actually get in here and capture the zone. Okay, that's Soviets up 1 to 49, Americans down 1 to 52. And that is the end of combat. So now we do our diplomacy rolling. We get 2 dice for Syria. 10 will do the job. Syria goes Soviet. And 1 die for South Yemen. Nope, no joy there. Okay, I will make the Syrian Soviet off camera. It's not worth anything, so there's no change in money. Okay, non-combat movement. The backfire and the strategic bomber decide to land in Macau. Okay, the fighter and the attack bomber both land in Macau. Over here, these 2 next-gen MBTs move up to Sudan, along with these 2 early-gen fighters. This early-gen fighter moves to Sudan. This frigate comes out of port and 1, 2, 3 down to I-1 to join the rest of the little fleet down there. There are 2 next-gen MBTs in Baghdad. They will just move down here to northern Saudi. I think that's it for non-combat. No. The SPAG here in Southwest Africa. It's going to move up to Angola just because he can. Okay, I think that's it for over there. The SSNs are staying in place in A39. Just by being there on silent running, they're tying down a good amount of American ships. Up here, the units that are in Baltic states here are moving over to eastern Poland. Except the SAM. Now the SAM's going to move over too. They're all moving over to eastern Poland. And the paramilitary and the SAM from eastern Ukraine are going to move over here to West Ukraine. And I think that will do for non-combat. There's the battle staff resting. As I said before, you know, they put in a lot of hard hours. It's kind of rough on them. Okay, so now we are placing units. We're done with non-combat movements. Okay, let's see here. Better have a look. Take it easy. Okay, 2 early gen MBTs and 2 early gen fighters go here at Macaw. Move him over there. Move him up there. Give me a little more room. 2 early gen fighters. 2 early gen MBTs at Macaw. Then we've got looks like the rest pretty well go up north. So wait, does it? No, I don't think it does. I changed my mind on something and I think I forgot to write it down. Yep, there was one thing I forgot to write down that happens here. 2 MBTs built here in Ethiopia and 2 MBTs built here in Zaire. Can you see all that? Okay. Zaire and Ethiopia. And now the rest of it is going to go up north. Okay, we've got 2 fighters built in Western Ukraine, along with a SPAG and 2 next-gen MBTs. Then we have a SPAG and 4, wait, I can't do that. It's too many guys. Okay, then we'll do it like this. We'll do both SPAGs in Western Ukraine. 4 early gen MBTs in Smolensk. The minor army base upgrade goes down here to Southern Caucasia. So that is now a major army base. And then the next gen MBT for Warsaw Pact is delivered here to Western Poland. Okay, that's that. I hate it when I do that. I forgot to lay the missiles out. Sometimes just get thinking about too many things at once, I guess. And it just slips right out of my mind. Get all that stuff off there. Anyway, I believe it is now 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 6 cruise missiles and 5 anti-ship missiles. So there's 6 cruise missiles. And then we'll add 5 anti-ship missiles to this stockpile. Okay, now we're set. Okay, now we're collecting money. Soviets are at 49. Let's go do the tally for the ones that don't have value. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 is what it looks like to me. Okay, so there's that. 15, and then we also add 2 each for Nigerian Shiraz. That's 20. No, that's 19. 4 for Eastern Saudi. That's 23. So 49 and 23 is 72. 72. That is a whole heap of monies. That's more rubles than the Politburo has ever seen at one time. And then let's tally up their battle stars. Looks like they're going to have 8 battle stars in total. The Americans added 2 more to their bank, which is going to give them 5. Okay, Ozark Outpost. Over and out.